Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian, and you're about to embark on a great journey. It's almost 7:10 a.m., guys. It's time to wakey wakey. Welcome to the 7:10 a.m. Wakey Wakey show, guys. You're a cannabis cup. Nothing says waking up like cannabis in your cup, guys. That's right. Daily dank in your cup. We're getting into all the things, guys. We're going to check the news. We're going to check today in history. We're going to check the craziest things that do on the weekend. We're getting in it. We got a whole heap of goodness to get into, guys. You know you want to stick around. You know you'll want to watch. We'll be live in 2, guys. We'll see ya.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja pichuela y cuando le no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo que
no critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que.
Hey, what's up, guys? Boom. We are live. Voice is a little rough this morning, but that's what the price we pay, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? We got Tim W. in the house. Good morning. Supernova Mike. Good morning. Rosie Key. Good morning. Lonnie, how you doing? We got Pamela in the house. Charlie. Hey, good morning, Carolyn. Long time no see. How you been? How you doing? How you feeling? How's the job going? Hopefully it's getting a little better over there. How are you doing in general, Carolyn? Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully all is well. All is good. All is going great, guys. It's spring. Springtime is in the air. Weather's a changing. We're expecting one more cold front from what I understand. Hey, good morning, Aaron. Good morning. Good morning. Love the laugh, Dankster. I appreciate that. Gotta laugh it up in the morning sometimes. Rosie's still in bed. Oh, that dog. That dog. But springtime is in the air, guys. That is right. I think we got one more cold front coming through, and then it looks like it's springtime, summertime. It looks like it's just going to open up. Was a decent winter. But looking forward to spring, guys. Not looking forward to the electric bills for air conditioner. We live down here. Been interviewing for something else. Nice. Yeah, get what you want to do. Find that dream job, Carolyn. You deserve it, man. You really, really do. Work this until you get that dream job, get that dream opportunity. You smart lady. You got good things coming ahead of you. All right, guys. So yeah, springtimes are coming, guys. We are looking at another cold front, like I said this morning. What, Aaron? Wakey, B-Day, Danksters. Today's Aaron's birthday. What is it? Man, what's going on with my voice? Sound like Peter Brady from Brady Bunch. When it's time to change, then it's time to change. We need birthday confirmations, guys. We need birthday confirmations. All right. Springtime is among us, guys. Man, my voice. What's going on with this thing? Springtime is among us, guys. It's coming. Dangerous felon at large after escaping Orange County halfway house, guys. Walking away from Orange County halfway house. Authorities are searching for a dangerous convicted felon. Ooh. Probably is pretty dangerous. Shouldn't make light of it. Let's throw up his picture here, guys. So I don't know if you guys know, sometimes when you go to prison, they don't let you out. Like, say you get paroled. You're supposed to do 10 years, you do 6, you get paroled. Well, normally you have to go to a halfway house. Dream job is retirement. That is true. You have to go to a halfway house. So you stay there for a year, get your shit together, that kind of thing. Stay off of drugs, be accountable, that kind of thing. So this guy just straight walked away. So authorities are searching for a dangerous convicted felon after he walked away from a halfway house in Orange County. The man was identified as Ike Sozer, 20. You guys 20? Dang. According to the Orange County District Attorney's Office, authorities said that Sozer is considered extremely dangerous and violent and should not be approached. He was released from custody March 20th after pleading guilty to felony vandalism. Also, he wasn't even in that thing a day. He was just like, see ya. He was sentenced to 90 days in county jail and placed on probation for 2 years after. He checked into the halfway house that day, called Project Kinship in Santa Ana, but then left the premises and never returned. He did not notify his probation officer where he may have been headed. He only did 90 days. That isn't that bad. Criminal history involves stabbing his mother to death when he was 13. Okay. So, yeah, okay. That changes things a little bit. Attacking 3 corrections officer, manufacturing a shank while being housed in the Orange County jail. Oh, man. He previously walked away from Project Kinship in April 2022 after being released on electronic monitoring from jail. After a countrywide manhunt during that incident, he was eventually located and arrested at a homeless encampment in Anaheim. Oh man, so this guy, he don't like to be locked down. Yeah, be on the lookout, guys. He's on the run. Rosie. Truffle shuffle. Rosie. I don't know what she's doing in there, guys. I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, man, guy doesn't like to be locked down. Ooh, hasn't even done any real time. Stabbed his mother to death. Dang. Man, watch out for that guy, guys. 5 arrests for a $200,000 jewelry theft in Southern California, guys. 5 arrested for breaking and entering a jewelry store and stealing $200,000 worth of jewelry. Damn, that's a big heist, man. Check out these gentlemen here, guys, and lady, maybe. We don't know. We don't know. All right. 5 arrested for escaping with $200,000 worth of jewelry and smash and grab theft. 5 suspects were arrested for allegedly escaping with $200,000 of jewelry in a smash and grab burglary in San Bernardino County. The suspects identified by Rancho Cucamonga Sheriff deputies as David Colton, Kevin Yarbaugh, Keenan Edwards, Antoine Davis, and Henry Paquette. David and Kevin were in their early 20s. Keenan's 34, Antoine's 42, and Hanar is 44. The smash and grab sounds like a movie. The smash and grab theft occurred September 22nd, 2023. Deputies responded to Gemma's Jewelers in Rancho Cucamonga. The suspects barged into the jewelry shop, began violently smashing display cases with hammers, leaving a trail of destruction behind. The theft, which was caught on security video, showed at least one suspect holding a large plastic bin of merchandise as the thieves grabbed as much jewelry as they could. They escaped with around $200,000 in merchandise. The thieves hopped into a getaway car, a white Audi SUV, fled the scene before deputies could arrive. It sounds like a movie, dang. After an extensive 5-month investigation, the investigators eventually identified and arrested all 5 suspects in charges in March. All suspects are believed to be connected to other jewelry robberies and smash and grabs throughout San Bernardino. Man, woo! Those guys, they're in some trouble, man. They connect them to those other ones. They're looking at some serious time. What do we got? That great, great job, Lonnie. Do we have a birthday? Thanks, Rosie Key. Brian Brown did me a great B-Day video on the 31st of January. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, we got birthdays going? I thought we had did your birthday. I just want to make sure. How's everyone doing? Oh man, watching a movie, The Pianist. Oh, that's a great movie. Adrian Brody, right? I think, yeah, Adrian Brody. Great movie. That's a great one. All right, what else we got cooking here, guys? What's waking? What's shaking? What's baking? Pamela just tried to shut down my thing on Monopoly Go. Are you ratting her out, Lonnie? Is that what's happening? Check this out, guys. If you have a State Farm California policy, you might want to check it. State Farm is set to non-renew 72,000 policies in California, guys. State Farm General Insurance plans to truffle shuffle. All right, guys. Rosie's giving me the look. The producer, Rosie. She got to go to the bathroom, guys. We'll be back. Think about State Farm. We'll be back right after this message.
Rosie the bulldog, she's quite a sight, running around the park with all her might. When nature calls, she knows what to do. Take a little break just to see it through. Rosie the bulldog, she's got style, doing the business with a happy smile. On a little adventure before we resume. Waiting for Rosie, just a quick interlude. Look at the bulldog, wagging her tail, perfectly mischief in her eyes without fail. She struts around the park with pride, searching for that perfect spot far and wide. Rosie's on a mission, won't you take a seat? The show's on break, for Rosie does what bulldogs need. Her little act of nature will patiently await for when the curtains rise and the show resumes its stay. Nothing much to learn here. Rosie the bulldog, oh so sweet, takes her time when it's time to meet. She waddles around, playing with her toys, but there's one thing she must do, and it brings her such joy. Rosie's on the bridge, she's doing her thing, pooping outside where the birds all sing. The show will go on, but we'll patiently wait. But Rosie's done pooping, it's worth the wait.
guys. She's still working on her business here. Come on, Rosie, let's get it together. Come on, find your spot. Find your spot. She's distracted, guys. I got some street work going on down. Come on, Rosie, get it together. Hey, come on. What are you doing? Finish going to the bathroom, Mama. Stop your sniffing. All right, sorry about this, guys. Sometimes Rosie's got to do a double duty, just like today. Literally a double duty, guys. Holy moly. Yeah, she was full. You know what? I got a great story to tell you guys while we're waiting. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Oh, she got a sniff over here. I was managing a place one time, and I had this guy working for me, and he was a good guy. He a little different. I go into the bathroom of this business that we're running, and I find next to the toilet a box of Pringle or a can of Pringles. Here we go. Rosie did her business, guys. I can promise one thing. Wasn't me, Chris. It was Whack. Probably an inside job is taking in my account. What happened? What happened? Someone, whoop, where is it? Someone, man, the chat's blowing up. I can't even. Someone robbed my work over the weekend. Stole all the power tools. Oh, dang. That's crazy. Have we checked Lonnie? I'm just saying. No, oh man! So I go into the bathroom and this guy, or there's a can of Pringles in there, empty can, like right next to the toilet, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I go do my business. I come out. I'm like, "Who's eating in the bathroom?" I was eating in the bathroom, and I was like, "Oh, are you okay?" I needed to take a poop. And I got lightheaded, and I thought I might pass out. So I was eating Pringles as I was pooping. I swear that's what he said. That's what he said, man. The Rosie story. The Rosie story reminded me of that, guys. All right, let's get back to State Farm. General Insurance Company plans to non-renew about 30,000 property insurance and 42,000 commercial apartment policies in California, the company announced Wednesday. California's largest insurer, as of 2022, said the move would impact 2% of its total policies in the state and was made to ensure long-term sustainability. The 42,000 commercial apartment non-renewals represent a complete withdrawal from the commercial apartment market in California. The other 30,000 non-renewals would impact homeowners, renting dwellers, and other property insurance, according to State Farm. Yeah, check those policies, guys. The decision was not made lightly, and only after careful analysis, financial health, they determined it was probably best to get out of the apartment game. That's kind of crazy. They're just kind of reforming the California insurance regulations, adhering to that. But yeah, check your policies, guys. If you have a State Farm policy, you might want to check it out. There's a lot of non-renewals going in. What else we got? Beloved Long Beach food vendor killed by stray gunfire. Oh, that's no good. Beloved Southern California street vendor killed by stray gunfire. Dozens of people gathered in Long Beach Thursday evening, including a grieving wife, to remember a 37-year-old man, a well-known food vendor who was fatally gunned down on yesterday afternoon. The victim, Yarner Ramirez, a resident of Wilmington, in the 100 block of Eagle Street, when gunfire broke out. Detectives believe multiple unknown suspects were present down the block. Shootout happened, and he ended up dying in the hospital due to his wound. He caught some stray gunfire. He was a very humble guy, a very hardworking guy. He was known as the corn guy by the kids in the neighborhood. He had been working as a food vendor for the past 14 years. Details are limited, but may have been an argument between four men that led to gunfire, struck two parked vehicles, and fatally hit Ramirez. That's horrible, man. Dude out there for 14 years just trying to make money for his family, be a good dude. The corn man. And Man, things are getting crazy out there lately. Always have an emergency can of Pringles at all times. Yes, Mr. Crispers. Yeah, you never know. It's getting crazy out there, man. Drive-bys again, carjacking. It's like the 90s all over again. What's going on? What's going on? Crazy. Police recover almost $7 million in stolen Bitcoin mining computers in Southern California, guys. 3 men have been arrested and are facing charges of receiving stolen property after nearly $7 million in stolen Bitcoin mining computers were recovered. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, it was detectives from the Commercial Crimes Division theft unit who arrested 3 suspects at an undisclosed location. The computers recovered during the arrest, according to the news, are valued at $7 million. While anyone can participate in the process of Bitcoin mining, the chances of winning any Bitcoin rewards are extremely low without application-specific integrated circuit computers, also simply referred to as ASICs, according to the financial outlet. Yeah, so I'm not super familiar with this Bitcoin mining thing. You got to have certain computers for it. They run code, I think, and you're pulling up Bitcoin. I don't know how it works, man. I don't know how it works. But it works, obviously. It's worth a lot of money. 7 million. Dang. All right. Last of the wake and bake, guys. News: a risky way to win the biggest lottery jackpot every time. Everyone loves to dream big. That's why the lottery exists. As the Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots both surge again, we wanted to investigate just how big spending, risk-taking person could guarantee that they would win the biggest jackpot. So this is, I'm going to give you some tips, guys. You want to win the billion? This is how we do it, guys. Let's all get together. Chip in. Let's be billionaires. All right. The odds of winning the Mega Millions are 1 in 300 million, 300.5 million, based on the total number of possible ticket combinations. The odds of winning the Powerball are 1 in almost 300 million, also based on the total number of possible combinations. The odds never change. So under the basic premise that if you or you and your friends spend $2 per ticket, it would cost you 600 million to buy one of each possible Mega Millions to combine a guaranteed win. It would cost you almost 584 million to buy one of each Powerball ticket to guarantee the win. That's the math. So convincingly, yes, you could guarantee a winning ticket. The next big thing is to make sure the winning ticket is big enough to make it worth it after taxes. Yeah. As of Thursday, the Mega Millions jackpot is projected to be $977 million, guys. Almost $1 billion. But the cash option is only $461 million. So you wouldn't want to spend $605 million to win $460 million. Not a smart investment. However, annual investments are projected to be $977 million. So yes, if you had the cash and you were fine with being paid back over a couple decades, you could take the annual installments and win big. Yeah, guys, $1 billion. Woo! Now, if someone wants to spend 350 and not win, wow, who's ready? I'm gonna get in on this, guys. $1 billion. That'd be nice, man. Ooh, you never see me again, guys. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'd be doing the show from some beach on an island somewhere with my Starlink internet, and no one would just be like, "Today, guys, we are talking to this monkey." Woo! All right, guys, let's get into some things. Let's get into the top 10 list this morning, guys. We got the top 10 things you don't want to do the first weekend of spring, guys. That's right. You know how we do it. Top 10 things you don't want to do the first weekend of spring. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, here we go. Top 10 things you don't want to do the first weekend of spring, guys. Number 10, you don't want to plan a picnic in the park during a surprise blizzard because nothing says spring like a snow-covered sandwich. That's right, guys. We got one more cold front coming through, so no picnics. Number 9, attempt to fly a kite indoors and end up tangled in a web of curtains and lampshades. Get your fans going. Get the freaking kite out. I can see it. Number 8 thing you don't want to do the first weekend of spring, guys. Host an outdoor movie night, but forget to check the weather forecast and end up watching Frozen in a literal snowstorm, guys. Number 7, sunbathe under the glow of your refrigerator light because it's still too cold outside. You got to get that tan going. Summer's coming. Spring break. You got to get that refrigerator light burning, guys. Number 6, initiate spring cleaning session by rearranging the furniture to create a spring-themed obstacle course. Nothing says I love you like jumping over couches to get to the fridge, guys. Number 5, start a game of beach volleyball in the sandbox at your local playground. Don't do that. Number 4, organize a polar bear plunge in your bathtub. Throw some ice in there. Do the thing, guys. Number 3, host a barbecue in your living room because who needs fresh air when you have charcoal? Number 2, what you don't want to do the first weekend of spring, guys, attempt to build a snowman out of daffodils or out of cactus in our part, guys. Try to plant your garden. Number 1 thing you don't want to do the first weekend of spring, to try to plant your garden in the neighbor's yard without their permission. Just grow your plants, guys. Go out there and grow some flower, some nice sativa out there in your neighbor's yard. They'll love it. If I won $1 billion, Brian and me would make the movie Space Stoners from Earth. I love it, Lonnie. We want to make that anyway. Space Stoners from Earth. Oh, man. Who remembers the movie Earth Girls Are Easy? I believe this was right after Thelma and Louise. I want to say it's Gina Davis plays this Earth Girls Are Easy. What if we do Martian Girls Are Easy? And it's the guys from Earth going to a different planet. I'll take the whole fortune, go to Vegas, and visit the Bunny Ranch for a month. Oh, you're just going to straight rent a room out there, Mr. Crispers. Oh man, what do we got? We got Lonnie. Lonnie got something. Stay lifted, gifted fam. Hope we all have an amazing. Got to go. Ready? Doctor's appointment. Yeah, I do too, Lonnie. I got to leave here. Got another physical therapy appointment early this morning. Man, those drives are getting rough. But yeah, $1 billion, man. That would be. So what did they say? They said you walk out with what about, it's almost $1 billion. You walk out with like what, 400 million? Almost $500 million. 500 million. Man, could you even spend that in your, be these immigrants don't know our laws? Yeah, true. Did you guys see that, not to talk politics, man, at the border in El Paso, rushing that sucker, man. Things are getting crazy out there. Things are getting crazy. Speaking of getting crazy, guys, let's get crazy and do some shout-outs this morning. Who's ready for roll call this morning, gangsters? Let's get it out. How do you get shouted out? As I burp, you can get shouted out just by leaving a comment, guys. That's all you got to do. Be like, hey, asshole, your nose is too big. Or whatever you want to do. Hey, your forehead is too shiny. Whatever you want to do, guys. Or you can just say good morning. That works too. Whatever you want to do, blow it up, guys, and we will get you a shout out.
We'll rock your day. Gangsters
Thank you, Barbosa Band. That's right. The Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Barbosa Band in the house, guys. Who do we got in the house this morning? We got Tim W. Good morning. Good morning. Tim W., the last cowboy, guys. We got Supernova Mike. Good morning. Good morning, Supernova Mike. The best neighbor you never had, guys. Supernova Mike. We got Rosie Key, the beautiful, the talented, the great Rosie Key, the sweet Rosie Key. We got Lonnie, the Mega Man, the billionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Lonnie in the house. We got Pamela, the great, oh man, the kind, the wonderful Pamela this morning. We got Charlie, holy wasabi Charlie. How you doing this morning? We got Carolyn, all the way from Colorado. How you doing, Carolyn, this morning? Good morning. So glad that you tuned in. We missed you. We got Aaron all the way from Australia. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning. How you doing, buddy? It's got to be late there. What did he say he was watching? He was watching oh, forget. I'll see it when we go down. Watching some movie, a decent movie. Let's see. Mr. Crispers. Good morning, Mr. Crispers. Pamela. Good morning. Chris Zucchini hanging out. Nice. Get him, Rosie. Oh, man. I always thought that people watch their pets go, then wonder why people Oh, yeah. Rosie tries to get in that bathroom all the time. Oh, man. Someone robbed his Chris Zucchini's work. That sucks, man. Oh, man. Who else we got up in here this morning, guys? Back to the early 2000s, it was at least enough to Bitcoin to buy 7 pizzas from Domino's. Remember when Bitcoin blew up? Man, just blew up. Buy Martian Digital Bitcoin Mara. Yeah, I buy Bitcoin every once in a while just to buy stuff online. Sometimes you need to do it. Bong on, Dangsters. The pianist. That's what it was. Hey, there you are. Fight for freedom. I just saw you. No, you're not invisible. I was actually looking for you. I was going to say, where is Chantel at this morning? Right now, actually, I was just thinking, I don't see you anywhere on here. You are invisible. I see you now, though. We see you. We see you, Chantel. The ghost man in your house sees you. All right, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. It's Friday, guys. We're having a blast. It's going to be a great show. Let's get into something I like to call Today in History, guys. I was the first comment on here today. Was it? I did not see it. I might have, you know what? Sometimes if I log in later than you guys, I don't see the first couple messages that pop up on there. If you guys make it to the show before me, which does happen quite a bit, sometimes I don't see those first couple comments. That's right. You guys are up and at 'em before I am, guys. All right, let's get into something called a little Today in History, guys. Today in History. If we don't know the past, we're doomed to repeat it. So let's get into this, guys. Let's see what's cooking on this 3/22.
Today in history, a journey through time where legends are born and secrets intertwine. Join us at 7:10 a.m. for all to see as we unravel the histories from our history.
All right, guys, we got some birthdays in the house. Speaking of sweet, she can be sweet and sour, I believe, guys. But Reese Witherspoon, American Beauty, American Sweetheart, Reese Witherspoon. What are you barking at, Rosie? Reese Witherspoon was born today, guys. 1976. Same year as me, so she is, man, we're getting old, Reese Witherspoon. She is 48 years old, guys. Andrew Lloyd Webber, British composer, was born in 1948. James Patterson, American author, was born in 1947. William Shatner, guys, Captain Kirk, turns 91, I believe, today, guys. Maybe older than that, 93, 94. Man, big bucket of win for William Shatner. I saw he's at a con at the end of the month. I was almost debating about going, but now that he's 93, I almost want to go just to make sure get an autograph of his before unfortunately, you can only live so long. 100 years seems to be the max, give or take. Who else we got? Wolfgang von Goethe, a German author guy, was born. Emilio Aguinaldo, president of the Philippines, was born, guys. Stefan Soderheim, American composer and lyricist, was born. Wolf Blitzer, American news journalist, was born on this day, guys. Pat Robertson, American evangelist, was born. Good old 700 Club. Orrin Hatch, United States Senator, was born, guys. William, Emperor of Germany, was born as well, guys. Wayo Kusama, Japanese artist, was born. Anthony von Dyck, Flemish painter, our favorite Flemish painter, Anthony von Dyck, was born today, guys. And Marcel Marceau, French mime. Let's not forget Marcel Marceau. That's right, Marcel Marceau, guys. The mime was born today. And Louis L'Amour, American writer, guys. Do you know how popular Louis L'Amour is in prison? Oh, man, people love Louis L'Amour books in prison, man. I'm telling you. They're super popular. Louis L'Amour was an American writer, best-selling author, more than 100 books. Most of them were a formula of Westerns that were highly popular, of their well-researched portrayal of the frontier life. So, yeah. And then Braxton Bragg, Confederate general, was born on today, guys. But yeah, Louis L'Amour, great author, man. I've never read any of his stuff, but I saw enough of it floating around in prison. It got to be popular. All right, the Stamp Act, guys. The Stamp Act, on this day in 1765, the British Parliament. Here we go. Sorry, guys, trying to get a drink here. British Parliament passed the Stamp Act, which placed taxes on various printed paper in the colonies, highly unpopular. The legislation was particularly contentious in America. We don't like our taxes over here, guys. We don't like our taxes. I see his books all over the thrift store. I swear to God, Supernova Mike, I thought that's it. I see his boobs all over. I was like, are they hanging out again? Jesus. Oh, appreciate you, Chantel. Big shout out. 2019, Special Counsel Robert Mueller delivered his report on Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. president election. The Attorney General has stated that while this report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him. 2004, an Israel missile strike killed Palestinian leader Shahak Mohammed Yassin, co-founder in 1987 of the militant Palestinian group Hamas. Oh, still going on, guys. 1972, the U.S. Senate approved the Equal Rights Amendment, which stated equal rights under the law shall not be deemed abridged by United States or by any state on the account of sex, but it failed to ratify the majority of the 38 states before its deadline. 1948, English composer Andrew Lloyd Webber, whose famous works such as Evita, Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera helped revitalize the British and American musical theater in the late 20th century, was born. 1945, the Arab League, a regional organization of Arab states in the Middle East, was organized in Cairo by Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Transjordan, now Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. 1934, the Augusta National Golf Club hosted the first Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia. 1929, Japanese artist Yavo Kusama, who achieved success as a self-described obsessional artist, known for her extensive use of polka dots for her infinite mirror rooms, was born. 1908, American author Louis L'Amour was best known for his highly popular westerns that offered well-researched portrayal into frontier life, was born. 1894, the Montreal Amateur Athletic Association won ice hockey's first Stanley Cup. 1932, German author and philosopher Johann Wolfgang von Goethe who was considered the great German literature figure of modern era, died in Weimar, Saxe-Weimar. Yeah, easy for me to say. 1820, U.S. Commissioner Stephen Decatur was killed in a duel. U.S. Navy Commissioner. 1820. You can still die in a duel. Could you imagine that? Like, I challenge you to a duel, Chantel. Fight for freedom. We're going to duel 20 paces. That's crazy. Anne Hutchinson was banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony after her liberal religious beliefs ran afoul of officials. She later helped found Rhode Island. I didn't see that one coming. 1622, Opa Chan Hakana, brother of Chief Powhatan and is successor of the leader of Powhatan Indian Empire, led an attack on Jamestown Colony, killing at least 347 colonists and initiating the Powhatani War. Native American, woo, man. 1599, Anthony Van Dyck, the most prominent Flemish painter of the 17th century after Peter Paul Rubens, was born in Antwerp. That's right, guys. Anthony Van Dyck, the most prominent Flemish painter in the 17th century. Get on your knees and bow down to Anthony Van Dyck, guys. He is today in history, guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, guys, let's see what else we can get into today. Bring back the duel. That's a good way Rosie, what are you doing? This dog. Yeah, it's a good way to settle your disagreements, right? Challenge the fucker to a duel, man. You see how they step up, and it was like a thing of pride back then too. Yeah, I learned about the Powhatan from the Disney movie Pocahontas. Is that what it was? John Smith? Is that his name? And Pocahontas, that was a thing, right? Oh man. All right, guys, let's you know what? Today's Friday. What do we got? About 15 minutes for the show. Rosie loves to get under my legs and squish herself in between my leg and the chair. She's so funny. All right, guys, let's get into name Tony Dick doesn't work for me. Oh, Anthony Von Dyck. It is spelled D-Y-C-K, if that helps. And what about Peter Paul Rubens? That's Pee Wee Herman's older brother. His lost grandfather. All right, guys. You know what I want to get into today? It is Friday. We are going to get into strange stories on Reddit, guys. That's right. Who gets super stoned and loves to get on Reddit and look at strange stories? I do. This guy does, man. Rosie, what do you do? Get out of there. You don't need to go in there. I love hearing some of these stories on Reddit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of these get crazy. So here's the first one, guys. This is from Nemetes. I shared this before, but I think this applies on this topic too. Me and my two friends and from my squad, went out one night to watch the Hunger Games while stationed in New Jersey. Oh, and like an actual squad. Oops, an actual squadron. He's a military guy or a lady, whatever. But yeah, all right. While stationed in New Jersey, after the movie got out, it was a really late night. And the parking lot was mostly empty. We decided to stand around and bullshit while smoking before we start back towards the base. Out of nowhere, we see this U-Haul truck come flying into the parking lot. I jokingly say, "Oh shit, I hope it's not a fucking bomb coming after us," since we all had just gotten back from the downrange. Well, the truck does make a line straight for us. Now we're a little worried about what's going on. The truck comes speeding at us, and stops directly in front of us. The driver looks worried as shit, and his wife is not looking any better. They ask us if they could use one of our cell phones because there is a person locked in the back of the U-Haul. We, of course, oblige and call the police for them. While waiting around, they explain that his wife's ex-boyfriend and he has been threatening them for a long time. That's why they were having to move. Well, the ex heard about this move and decided to hide in the back of the truck so he could get them at their new destination. Neither me nor my friends believe a fucking word of this, but we felt we should wait around since we were the ones who called the police. When they finally arrived about 30 minutes later, not from us calling, the one that showed up was just random patrol near the theater that noticed us. The driver explains the situation and the officer calls for backup and all that. Turns out it was fucking true. The police opened the back of the truck and tried to get the guy out. He fought back and ended up getting tased. It was a hell of a way to end our night, and none of our NCOs believed us. Granted, after everything and before we left, one of the police actually said, "Your wives and bosses aren't going to believe this shit happened at all." Oh man, that is funny. All right, guys, so this let me see. All right, guys, so this is from Britty Boo. Oh, Britty Boo. This is a story. I was commuting into New York City at a rather off-peak time. I was alone, dressed professionally with my bag at my side. I was sitting in a rather less crowded train car, but there were people there. A heckler gets on the train and starts asking everyone if they have any change to spare. I like the way she called him a heckler. He gets to me and asks me the same question, to which I reply, "No, sorry, I don't have anything for you today." He proceeds to heckle me by saying, but miss, you're so beautiful. Please, please." To which I reply once again, "I have nothing for you today." He was so close to me that I could feel his spit on me. Oh, and it was rather disgusting. That is the worst, when someone gets so close to your fucking face that they're spitting on you. Oh, all of a sudden a transit police come busting through the train car door and start yelling at the man, "Sit down on the bench, cross your legs. You'll be getting off at the next stop." At the same time, a bystander comes over, hands the heckler a newspaper and says, "Here, cover up." His penis had been hanging out of his pants the entire time. I had been so concerned with getting him out of my face, away from me, that I didn't even notice. Eventually, the train stopped, and when he asked to get off, he did. It asked him to get off. He did. Everyone proceeded to ask me if I was okay, and that was grossest, one of the weirdest commuting stories I ever did. And then good old Beard Sup Wazoo says, "You accidentally did the best thing possible. Completely ignored his crazy homeless pecker." Oh my God. You guys know how we love homeless wiener on this channel. Oh man. All right. This is from My Teeth Are Fake. Username, My Teeth Are Fake. Looking back at my childhood, I think an incredibly creepy set of experiences were taking place, but I was too young to understand the gravity. Only now, as an adult, can I sort of piece it together. So my fuck, I didn't know that story got out. Chris Zucchini, C. Thomas Howell. Nope, still doesn't work. Oh man. So my parents bought a rustic 14-room farmhouse that was your typical out of the middle of nowhere affair. Literally miles upon miles of farmland, and in the center of it, our home. Like a lot of the properties around us, we had unusually long driveways. I would say this thing was about a quarter of a mile long, ending in a T where the road split, and our mailbox was down there. So I was was a little white distance from our living room window, we could look all the way down to the end of the driveway. We could see everything from that picture window. And sometimes at night, we would see headlights on. That wouldn't necessarily bother me. Like I said, I was a little kid. But looking back through the time and experience, I remember how worried my parents were, how nervously they watched the car, and yet never once picked up the phone to call the police. They never once approached the man in the car. And I think I know they were afraid because what would happen if things happened. We were on a farm. We were far from town, far from help. It was just me and my mom and my dad. And down a quarter of a mile away was a man who has been thinking about doing something dangerous. Anything really, even though we never tactically approached the suspect, I knew he was a man. When I walked down the driveway in the mornings to catch the bus, I'd see discarded beer cans and cigarettes, and once a faded picture of my mother. Oh my God! Again, I say this didn't add up much as a small boy, but as an adult, I wonder who the man was and why my parents were so afraid of him. Oh man, that's a creepy one. That's a way creepy. People can change. I tuck in my wiener now. I think I told this story before on here, guys. When I was a kid, we had a peeper. So this was in the 80s, early 80s, 83, 84, maybe 85. We had a straight up peeper. It was this Native American guy. It was I found out who he is years later. He was a little mentally deranged, but this dude was so fascinated with my mom, I guess, or just our family. So we had this swamp cooler that was set up that went right in the living room. So like the TV was here, swamp cooler was there. So as you're watching TV, the thing blows in on you. Pretty simple, basic setup. This guy would take the pads and everything out of the swamp cooler so he could look. There we go. Sorry, guys. There we go. He would open the vent or open the whole unit so he could look like right through and watch us. Watch TV, I guess. He also, we would find, gotta go. Thanks for letting me hang on. Thanks for hanging. Good seeing you, Carolyn. Good seeing you. Have a blessed and great day, lady. Hopefully you don't run into any homeless wiener out there. A dude in Thailand got his thingy chopped off by getting run over by a, ooh, damn. He just cut Brian's internet. Yeah, so he would like watch us, and then they would. My dad would find sunflower seeds, so he would like sit there eating sunflower seeds and watch. And he would call my mom late at night. My dad worked swing shift, so he wouldn't get home till like 3 a.m. or something. And so he would call my mom and be like, "I really like the story you told your son tonight," and things like that. Just real creepy. Freaked me the fuck out as a kid, man. He approached me one time in 6th grade. Me and my friends were walking home from school, and he must have worked at the light. You know, these are all things I pieced together after the fact. He must have worked at the local Smiths in Bullhead City, and like as a cart boy or whatever. And I remember him calling, "Hey kid, come over here," and we're just like, "Fuck you, weirdo." You know, 6th graders. Fuck you, weirdo. But then putting it together, I'm like, that was the dude. Man, he scared the shit out of me, even though I had never seen him other than, that one time. And then, after that, but I remember I had bunk beds as a kid, and, you have that one rail. I was sleeping on the top bunk and my arm got caught up in the rail, and I had a dream that I'm like, the peeper, he's got me, the peeper. Damn it, I passed out waiting for the show to start. Now I have to watch it by myself. That's the story of my life, Tim. I always pass out. Then the neighbor rings the doorbell and gets me all fired up. Oh man, we did give you your shout out, Tim. I'm just telling the story about how the cult stole my girlfriend again, Tim. No big deal. You've heard. Yeah, so the peeper, guys, he eventually went away. Who knows what happened to the peeper? But I wish, if Chantel, have a great day. Stay warm out there. Last cool weekend of the spring, or of the season, I guess we're getting into. All right, we'll do one more story, guys. One more story. All right. I guess this is a big one too. All right. I guess I should start off by saying I don't believe in ghosts or spooks. I do believe that creepy things happen and that everything is explainable. But after this incident, I really have no idea how to explain it. About 5 years ago, I was working as a photographer at a summer camp. This is gonna end bad. I was arrested for molesting children. I would frequently stay up late editing my pictures to make sure they were ready by the end of the week. One night I was in our office working on the photos when my boss came into the office and said that an adult guest broke his ankle and she had to drive him to the hospital. During this time, they were living at the camp wherever there was space for them. My boss and her husband were going to drive the guests to the hospital while their 2 kids slept in these elevated tents up on a hill in the woods. They asked that I go up to the tents, hang out until they got back just to keep watch of their kids. They recommended I bring a blanket and pillows so I can catch some sleep since they didn't know when they would get back. I walk up the trail to get to the top of the hill and find the tent with their kids. I claim a bunk bed and lie down and try to fall asleep. A little while later, I see a light coming up the hill towards the tent. I was glad that they had returned so I could finish my work and get to my own bed. As the light came closer, I noticed that something was strange. Instead of a flashing beam, it seemed to be an orb of light. It was really bouncing like a person would carry a flashlight. It was just floating up the hill on top of that. It was very bright white light. Oh well, I was tired and glad they had returned, so I didn't think much of it. The light got closer to the tent until it arrived at the entrance. Then the light just sat there at the top of the entrance, which is about 6 feet from off the ground. I thought this was bizarre that they weren't even saying anything or coming in. I quickly realized that it wasn't my boss and grabbed my cell phone to check the time. It was 12:15 a.m. Then decided to shine the light on my cell phone at whoever was holding the light. As soon as I directed my phone towards the light disappeared. I was confused, but wasn't really worried. Could have been some younger counselors messing around or the 4-H camp that was renting some spaces for the week. Maybe just kids exploring the property. Plus, I was tired and may have dozed off and wasn't thinking straight. Then I tried to go back to sleep. About 45 minutes later, the boss returned. Then I finished my work and went to bed. The next morning, I was thinking about the light and how strange it was. Then I realized the light didn't come from the front of the tent, but the back of the tent. The back of the tent faced a really steep hill, which tons of trees, bush, thorny plants, and poison ivy. I tried to walk through it in the day, but it was extremely difficult and dangerous, let alone at night. I then realized it didn't make any noise as it came to the tent. That afternoon, I was telling a coworker about what I saw. As I was telling her, her eyes got really wide. She asked me if I was joking. I told her I wasn't. She then told me the same night, her and another coworker were outside the offices at midnight and they saw someone with a flashlight approaching them. They yelled at it, asking who was there. They got no response. Who was there? Who is there? Still no response. As the light continues to approach them, they got scared, running into the office, hiding, peering out a window. 15 minutes later, it finally went away. When it went away, it could have been 12:15, the same time I saw the light. I saw the light. Man. Crazy story. Woods, man. Out there in the woods, you get some crazy story. John Phantom, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you in there, buddy. I owe you an email. I was actually just looking at your email last night. I want to get you on the show, talk about your book, talk about the whole enchilada. So I'll reach out to you today. Here, actually, probably in about 40 minutes or so. All right, guys. I am actually going to get on out of here. I got a doctor's appointment this morning. Got to drive up to the big city of Las Vegas, Nevada, get some PT done. Oh, man. 2 more weeks. That's all I got. After today, I got 2 more weeks of physical therapy, guys. So happy to not be making this drive pretty soon. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Join us at 420. We're going to have a hell of a show, guys. We are baked and unboxing it. We got another pro wrestling loot crate. I got some autograph 8x10s we're going to look at, guys. We got some special stuff. We got giveaways. Doctor Strange. Who wants the Doctor Strange Marvel pack, guys? You're going to get this pocket watch. You're going to get a Marvel autograph. You're going to get a Captain America keychain. You're going to get a Marvel shirt. You're going to get all the Marvel stuff, guys. So make sure you're hitting up the hashtag Doctor Strange. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Appreciate you. Make sure you're joining us at 420, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Take care, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right, we'll see you guys. Remember, inhale the positivity, exhale that negativity. We'll see you guys.